Started with 8, we're down to 6, including the man that's going for 9 wins in this event, Simon Harris. We can have a look at the rundown. KP, Krakoff, Wilson, Morgan Foster, Harris and Wilson actually live together. That'll be a house and a half. Hiramatsu, Lynch, Dean Scarf is the 6 men. Only 5 flags. Nicole, the start, all important. You can't make up ground in this short distance.
Absolutely.
Powerful start again. Kirra looking in there hard. Dive to the end. And the man in green there looks like Jake Lynch from Newport. He was a little bit lucky. He certainly wasn't the last man out of the blocks, but he was left scratching for a chair when there was nowhere to sit down at the end, Nick.
Yeah, no, he misses out. But look at this. And in fact, look at the red cap there in Dean Scarf. Gee, he was dominant. Completely away from Simon Harris, which was a good thing. I mean, nothing he can do. It's a lane draw. Got to go with what you're given, but it was a fantastic performance also from Dean Scarf.
Yeah, one to keep an eye out. The man from Collaroy, he looks good. Jake Lynch is out. Foster, Harris are safely through as we continue through to the women in the Beach Flags Championship. And again, there's 6 girls left here, Nick.
And we should say well done to Kirra. Gee, they've done well. 3 of the men getting through to that final 5, but final 4. And then you've got 3 Kirra girls here as well. So that's obviously a sprint program that is working very well. Kate Donaldson's in there. Ali Graf, watch for her from that Cronulla Beach strip there from Allura Club, in fact. And there she is there with the blue, white and blue cap with the hoops.
Donaldson already had one more race than the rest of the girls when she had that race off to make it through to this stage. And it looks like a falsie,
false
Nick.
Start. Now, it is a no false start rule, so this will be interesting. He comes out on the other end and gets disqualified.
Well, we might have to go to the video judge at this stage, Nicole. And I think the officials are going over towards Laura Humphreys, are they?
Wow.
Well, that's
She's
disappointing for the girl from Stanwell Park.
Well, she's worked all year for this one opportunity to be Australian champion in the beach flags. And let's take a look. There she is in the yellow. Gee, it wasn't much.
Gee whiz.
Wasn't much at all. So she's next to Melissa Howard. She's in the pink, Melissa. And wearing yellow was Laura Humphreys. Her sister, Alana, was eliminated earlier. The girl set for a start again.
Howard looking focused in the pink. No false starts this time. 5 girls. The competitor on the right is away to a slow start. Manages to get a flag, though. And we have a look, and it looks like it could be Donaldson, is it, Nick, that has missed out on the flag?
I think Kate's missed out after that head-to-head race a little bit earlier. But that was fantastic tactics by Ali Graf. Did you see her move right across the beach to get an outside flag, kept herself away from the other competitors?
It is a very tactical race, as you point out, Nicole. And as we have a look at the results, Graf, Hickman, Howard and Lutas. Catherine, or Kate Donaldson as her friends call her, is out, and Laura Humphreys is out as well. So only 4 of the girls left. As the big boys. Here's our Japanese man, top 3 in the world, to Hiramatsu. He's a serious competitor. As Nicole said, 3 Kirra boys, Foster, Wilson and Harris, and Dean Scarf, the man in red from Collaroy, Nick, who you think looks pretty sharp at this stage.
Yeah, he does look very sharp, but he's got to get past the muscle of someone like Simon Harrison. Kiwi Paul will be quick here too. He's twitchy on the start, Simon.
Intense looking unit, Simon Harris. Away he goes, looks like a good start, as also was Scarf in red. Scarf just muscles his way into it, and that is KP, Kiwi Paul from Kirra, who has surprisingly been out-muscled, and out he goes.
Wow, that's a surprise, but it's the draw. Gee, he muscled him out of the way, didn't he? Dean Scarf just put the shoulder in, did what he needed to do, and in fact, it was our Japanese competitor, Hiramatsu, that actually found the flag that was left.
Well done to Yuichi Hiramatsu. Dean Scarf looks good. Harris is always there, and Morgan Foster just going about things quietly. There's the women now.
I wonder how she'll feel, Melissa Howard, seeing her partner, Kiwi Paul, get knocked out. Pretty sure the business part for her, she'll have the blinkers on. She'll be focused on what she needs to do.
Just 4 girls, Graf, Hickman, Melissa Howard and Claire Lutas. Only 3 flags. Nicole, I'm starting to get excited. I love this event. There's a nice crowd around.
Oh, there'll be a bit more argy-bargy that goes on here as well. Watch for the tactics of finding the flag. There'll be girls moving from one side to the other. There's the Anglesey cap.
That's That's Claire Lutis from Anglesey. Look to get away to a good start, as does Howard. Hickman's there as well. And it looks like Ellie Graff has come up without a flag and an absolute face full of sand to go in it as well, Nick.
That is an absolute shock. She is a very good beach sprinter in particular. You'll see her later in the beach sprints, but
lost position, Nick.
She did, and she had to move across the competitors and try and wrestle it away from the Anglesey competitor in Claire Lutis. She misses it. Oh.
And the face full of sand just to wind up the day.
Oh, it's exfoliating.
Hickman, Howard and Lutis are through. Ellie Graff, she got a facial according to Nicole, but she is out of the competition. And the men. The big men, there's 4 of them left. Wilson was a surprise round. Simon Harris going for 9 wins in this event. Dean Scarf has looked good throughout from Coleroy. Hiramatsu and Morgan Foster again. We haven't mentioned him, but he's left with only 3 other competitors beside him.
He spent plenty of time on the sand with Simon Harris, Morgan Foster.
Ready.
Can he get him?
Harris again, a powerful start. Geez, good off the start. The man from Coleroy's in there as well.
Foster missed it.
And it is Foster. Morgan Foster, the man from Kirra. Ooh, Yuichi Haramatsu is pretty happy with his performance, and he's through to the final 3. But that is the end, Nicole, as you said, of Morgan Foster.
Well, Kirra are down to just 1 competitor. They had so many in the top 8, and now Simon Harris is the only one left after Morgan Foster. Eliminated. He goes for the lunge, but Hiramatsu got it.
Have a look at Big Hero too. He's got tape on the hamstring, tape on the back,
got
Nicole.
tape everywhere.
He's being held together, but he's through to the final 3, as is Dean Scarf and Simon Harris, going for 9 victories. You'd be looking very good at this stage. 2012 Aussies. North Kirra looks an absolute picture, Nicole. Beautiful weather, light offshore breeze. A great day for the competitors. And we are down to the final 3 in the Open Women's Beach Flag Championship.
And Claire Lutis from Anglesey in Victoria takes on 2 of the Queenslanders from Kurrawa. Chanel Hickman, who's actually the New Zealand champion, and Melissa Howard, formerly from Mollymook, beautiful part of the world, but now racing for Kurrawa. That is Chanel.
It's very hard to beat at this stage, Melissa Howard in bright pink. She's the defending champion.
She's won 7 of the past 8.
Well, that's why she's looking hard to beat, Nicole.
She is exceptional.
There is the girl from Anglesey. Come on, the Victorian, Claire Lutis.
No barracking.
No, there is Melissa Howard. Focused.
Heads down.
Howard away to a good start, as is Hickman. Lutis has been pushed wide, and Lutis has been pushed out of that one. She just didn't get the start required, and that is the end of her campaign, the girl from Anglesey.
Disappointing, but still she's a bronze medalist from the Australian Championships, so that is a fantastic result for this young girl from Anglesey in Victoria. Just the power of 2, wasn't it? The Kurrawa girls, they were on the same line for the same one. Melissa Howard recognising that straight away and moving across. So head-to-head with the housemates now.
You're telling me Howard and Hickman live together?
They do. It's probably who cooks dinner on the line now.
Well, someone might get kicked out of the house. So it will be Howard and Hickman in the final as we say goodbye to Claire Lutis. 3 left in the men. And the Japanese competitor, Hiramatsu, he surprised a lot of people, but he has come top 3 in the Worlds before. Simon Harris in the middle. And Dean Scarf from Coleroy. Hiramatsu looks like he's got a lot of tape on the hamstring and lower back, Nicole.
The start is quite tricky and quite loading for back and hamstrings as well. But watch Simon in the centre there. He holds his breath, takes a big breath and then just waits.
Incredibly focused in the middle. The man that's going for 9. Good start by Harris. Good start by Scarf. Hiramatsu is pushed out to the side. And that is the end. It's been a brave fight by Yuichi Hiramatsu from the Yugawara Club in Japan. And Harris and Scarf will be left for the final.
What a fantastic sight of the flag by Dean Scarf. He knew at that point he wasn't going to get past Simon Harris. Simon's start is so explosive and so quick. So he just nudges across, hips and shoulders. He could get a game, couldn't he? AFL footy.
He did, you're right. He noticed the flag on the left was the one available and he just said, that is mine. The man from Coleroy. He's looked good right from the start and he will really challenge Simon Harris in the final of the Beach Flags, which is not too far away. But up next is the final of the Open Women's Beach Flag Championship. The lady that's defending champion in the far side of the screen in pink, Melissa Howard, up against her housemate, Chanel Hickman.
Well, there are the two girls trained together here at Kirra. Chanel from New Zealand. Melissa recently went across and beat Chanel at the New Zealand Championships, who will get the Aussie Championship. Just whispering to herself a little bit there on the start line, Melissa Howard, giving herself some instructions.
Howard versus Hickman for the Open Women's Beach Flag Championship of Australia. Down and away. Hickman gets a good start, does Howard. And Howard has blown her away. Hickman pulled up. Not sure if she did herself an injury, Nicole.
She stumbled. About 5 steps in, she stumbled. It is a beach flag sprinter's nightmare.
8 fingers held up. 8 Australian Open Women Beach Flags Championships. Now, that was the stumble that handed the victory to Melissa Howard.
Fantastic win. And that takes her to 8 championships now. She was so dominant.
Congratulations, 8 titles to Melissa Howard. In silver is Hickman and bronze Lutus.
Ali Graf will be later in the sprint, and Kate Donaldson there, Laura Humphries, Cass and the other Humphries in 8th.
Hayden Quinn on the beach.
Melissa, congratulations. That was unreal. Your 8th victory here at the Australian Championships. A little bit of a stumble there from Chanel, and it just took you home.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chanel had that bit of a hiccup at the start. She had a really good reaction, and I was a bit scared, but unfortunately, she's had a bit of a topple and come out on my 8th, so I'm happy.
Well, that's very, very good. 8 wins, amazing, incredible work. It's all about the speed off the sand. Any tips for the little kids at home that are going to be watching this to get them over that line and get them to their Australian titles?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just relax.
Yeah.
Take it easy and just try and throw through. I can't even.
That's all right. You just won the Australian titles. Amazing work. Congratulations and go and enjoy it.
Thank you.
No worries at all.
Well done indeed to Melissa Howard. A big roar from the crowd, as you can see there. Number 1, 8 times she's won this event. Well done to Hayden Quinn on the beach, but we are now set for a final in the men. And Nicole, these are the true big boys of the sport.
They certainly are. He came back just recently, March 2012. He announced he was going to come back to beach flags. And Simon Harris said he wants to just have some fun. So this is certainly a description of fun. Into the final of the beach flags up against Dean Scarf from Collaroy.
Harris will come in his favourite. He's won this event 8 times, going for a 9th. The 36-year-old from Kirra, just such a powerful unit. As Nick said, spent some time away from the sport up against Dean Scarf, who's just travelled through this event beautifully, Nick.
Look at the size of those legs on Simon Harris. He's a 4-time world champion as well.
Away he goes. Harris versus Scarf. Harris on the outside leads Scarf to the flag, and Harris takes out his 9th title. And the big man's pumped up, Nicole, as you would be. Those big thighs powered down the beach.
That start was phenomenal. It's one of the things that is the powerhouse of his beach flag success is his explosive start, but he was just so dominant. Shoulders, body, everything in front of Dean Scarf. And all to Dean Scarf's credit, he did not give up. He could have pulled up, but he kept going right to the flag. Here it is here. Look at the determination on the face.
Just a great dive, but he took front position. He was wonderful in the starts all day throughout the event. And Simon Harris, very excited, as you would be. Incredible now. 9 times the man from Kirra has won that event. A fantastic finish. Simon Harris in gold. Dean Scarf came second. Yuichi Hiramutsu is in 3rd position. Morgan Foster will take a bronze, though, in front of the Japanese competitor, the international Hayden Quinn's on the beach.
Simon Harris, undisputed champion of the Flags Arena, mate. That is number 9 for the Australian titles. You must be over the moon.
Mate, I say it every time, but, mate, I'm lost for words, mate. I really didn't expect it this time, you know. I just came out this year to sort of give Hoffy a hand with the Kirra guys, and I'm just loving it there. It's such a great club, and the people are so good, you know. I live with KP and Mel, and we have a ball, and I didn't even think that this would be, you know, happening. I just came to have a run, and as an old fella, just to have a bit of fun with no pressure, mate. So, mate, I'm absolutely lost for words. I'm just stoked, mate. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing, mate. We saw just before, the support's definitely there. Will you be back for your 10th next year? That's the big question.
Oh, mate, look, I'm having a ball. I don't know if I'll be competitive next year. I'll be 37, so it's a big call, but to have my brother here from Darwin, it means the world to me. And my mum came up from Wollongong, and my sister, and my brother-in-law, and my beautiful little niece, you know. And mate, if it wasn't for them, mate, I wouldn't be standing here right now, you know. And the squad, I owe them everything, you know. This isn't a medal for me; it's a medal for the whole squad, mate. You know, like it's you got to take your hat off to Ryan Hoffman, mate. He does the right things, mate, for that squad, and it just shows, mate. There's Kirra everywhere on the beach, so it's great.
That's it, mate. We sure saw that. 1 and 2 for the men's and the women's in the open flags. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you next year. Beautiful work.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No
Thanks a
worries
lot.
at all.
Thank you.
Well done to Simon.